Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Today we're going to make some watercolor paints. Good morning, Byron. How are you? I hope you're doing well today. You did? Well, I'm going to have to watch it. Let me just put my gloves on and secure them on. Because these gloves are too big for me. So I have to put some rubber bands on so they don't come off. And let's see. Wow. Cinderella inspired painting by by Lori. Wow, that's amazing. That's wonderful. That is wonderful, Byron. All right, so today I am going to do some watercolor from Pigments. And I made some yesterday, and I wanted to make some more today. These are the ones that I made yesterday right here, these colors. And all of these here are, they're TLPs. I used these 4 colors from TLP. And today I'm going to use another one. And I'm going to show you how I made these. Isn't that cool? It's pretty easy. Now, what I'm going to do before I forget, good morning, Lori. How are you? We're going to learn how to make some watercolor today from our pigments. And, oh, this is locked up, so I'm going to have to do it afterwards. But I have to remind myself. Debbie, good morning. How are you, honey? I hope you're all doing well. So these are the colors that I made last night. Last night, I wanted to test that I could do this correctly this morning with measurements to give you guys if you're interested. And so I used only TLP yesterday. I used these 4 colors. And these pigments are pretty powdery, so I didn't have to use, I'm going to say Muller. I hope I'm saying it right. I didn't have to use this at all with these pigments because they were pretty powdery. But these are the colors that I got. When I did the boogie, which was the first one that I did, I went too fast. I poured too much. My measurements were completely out. So I started using less. These are half pans. These are half pans. So I got a pretty close measurement on how to fill one of these. But when I started doing it yesterday, I wasn't sure. So the first time around, I made too much of this boogie. So let's see. I know these are not dried up. It takes more than 1 day. Actually, it takes about, it depends on the paint, but the first one that I did, which was maraschino, and it was a TLP also. It took a week. So I'm just going to, just for fun, I'm going to poke at one of these and see. See, this is still pretty wet. So it's going to take several days for these to dry up. All right, so I have to make a list, make a note of what I did here. And I did. I used Boogie, Grunge, this is Boogie. The orange one is Boogie. The green one is Grunge. Lagoon is this one right here. And Show Pony is this beautiful pink right here. So those are the colors that I did last night. And today, I'm going to use another piggy, and I'm going to use an eye candy. I haven't done an eye candy yet, so I don't know if this eye candy is as powdery as the TLP. We're going to figure that out. So far, this is what I have. So if you want to get your piece of paper and something to write with, I can give you the measurements that I used and how I did it. So these pigments are done with, I made them with gum arabic. Gum arabic, you can buy it in powder form, which is why I bought it in powder form, because it's non-toxic. It doesn't have a shelf life, and I'm able to use it whenever I want to. But you can buy it in liquid form, already made, at Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I think Amazon has it for sure. But this is easy to make, and I wanted to make it myself. So the way that I did this, I'll give you I can't do this one today because it does need to stay overnight in the fridge in order to use it. So I did this, actually I did this one on Friday, and yesterday I did those that I just showed you. When I initially did it, the bottle was half filled, and when I did those mixtures of those watercolors, I used half of what I had in here. So how do you make your gum arabic? One second, let me see what's going on here. I'm glad you're okay. Mortar or pestle? Okay, we'll call it a mortar. Mortar. All right, so I didn't have to use my mortar. Gum arabic. So the measurements are 4 parts, and the water should be hot. So what I did was that I boiled some water and I let it sit and cool down a little bit. So 4 parts hot water, and what I used was, let me say it this way first. 4 parts hot water, 2 parts gum arabic, 1 part vegetable glycerine, which you could also substitute with honey, but I don't know, honey, ants, I decided to go with this. And 2 drops of clove bud essential oils. The reason for this is because this mixture, water sitting, will, you can get some mold in it. By putting essential oil, especially clove, I've also used peppermint before. It will avoid any mold. So those are the measurements, and the parts to the measurements, and I will give you what I did. I used 20 ml of the hot water, 10 ml of the powdered gum arabic, 5 ml of the glycerin, and I used 2 drops of the clove. You mix it up really, really well. Put it in a little dispensing bottle and in your fridge overnight. Overnight, I guess, would be 12 hours. I just left it for a day and a half and got this. Okay, so that's the mixture for your gum arabic. I also have this other one which I made. I'm not too happy with it, but I'm still working on a recipe for this one. We'll do that later on. So now, let me see who's on today. Today is Monday, so we have the tag team that starts at 11. So I have 45 minutes. We'll be done much earlier than that. So anyway, I'm going to put this on. Let's see, how much do I have? 45. I want to put 45 minutes here, although I know I'm not going to use it, but just in case. So we have the tag team that starts at 11, and that's August, Acrylic Art with August, Creations with Tanya with Tanya, and Grandma Kathy's Art Venture with Kathy. And then at 6 p.m. tonight, Angela Bliss has a live. Good morning, Janice. How are you? Hi, Johnny. Hello, how are you? I am showing you how to make your own watercolor out of pigments today. And just to recap really quickly, since I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but I made these last night. They're still very wet. They take about somewhere around a week before they kind of dry up. And these here are these 4 colors, which is Boogie, Show Pony, TLP, and Lagoon and Grunge. So these are the 4 that I made yesterday. And I'm going to try Twilight, and I'm going to use an eye candy today. I know how this works, but I haven't done one of these. So these are the 2 that I'm going to do today. And I don't know if you heard me give the measurements, the mixture for the gum arabic. Gum arabic comes in, excuse me, in powder form, and it also comes in already made liquid form that you can buy at Michael's on Amazon. And again, it is 20 mLs of hot water, 10 mLs of gum arabic, 5 mLs of this glycerin, and 2 drops of clove to avoid mold. All right, and you leave it overnight in your fridge and you get the liquid. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to show you how, I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to show you how I make the color, the paint, the watercolor. I'm a little tired today. That's why I can't talk. All right, so the measurements that I use, and these are all my measurements. I don't know if anybody else does this, but this is what I use, and it was not too hard to figure it out. I guess when you do a little bit of mixture with your acrylic, you can more or less figure out by looking at the consistency. So I put on some gloves because I did have dirty hands yesterday by not using my gloves. All right, so I'm using this 1.25 ml. And as I said before, these TLPs are, or at least the ones that I've used so far, are very powdery. I am keeping it away from my face. So I don't need to use this very much. Honestly, I did at first, and then I noticed that I didn't need it for these pigments. There are other pigments that are more, they're thicker, not as powdery as these, and I'm sure you're going to have to use this. But for today, the first one here, I'm going to take a scoop, just like that, put it in the middle, and let's cover this up. And this is really easy. You just have to know, well, you'll see at the end how you can tell if you need more of one or more of the other, just like acrylic painting. All right, so now I'm going to put the same amount of the gum arabic to start. So that's what I'm going to use to start. And I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle by making dough and start mixing it. All right. And just be very careful and mindful that if you're not wearing a mask, which I'm not right now, I did yesterday, I'm keeping my face very much away, and I'm not moving my my little tool here too much, not to pick up these pigments until they're wet. Once they're wet, it's okay, it's safe. So as you can see, it mixes up pretty fast with these TLPs because these are very, very powdery, which is great. It's great for this. And there, you just need to keep on doing this until you can see that everything is well incorporated. And then, look at that color, how pretty it is. Wow. Okay, so this is pretty much, I mean, these TLPs are so well mixed that making the watercolor from these pigments are very, very easy. Honestly, much easier than some other ones that I have used, which I will not use again, and I won't mention who they are, just because it's not nice. So the next thing you have to do is figure out if you have enough pigment and enough gum arabic in there. So the way you do it is you take, let me wet this a little bit, although I don't want it that wet. Make sure there's nothing on it. Okay. So the way you figure out if this is enough, you just put it on here. Let me wet it a little bit. Okay. And once you have enough on there, you want to make it, you know, put enough. Don't be stingy. Put enough so you know that it's that you don't need one or the other. You're going to dry it up. That's good information to know, Janice. That's great. Yeah, they're very, very good. They have a lot of pigment in it, and they're very powdery, so they're wonderful. So the way you know, I have to take off my glove and my rubber band because these gloves are extra large and they come off. The way you know that you have enough pigment and gum arabic is after it's completely dry, you take a clean finger and you rub it really hard. If it doesn't come off, you have enough gum arabic in it. Doesn't come off. And you move your paper around like this, as I'm doing here. Hope you all can see that. If it doesn't crack, you have enough gum arabic. So this mixture that I made is perfect. The amounts are perfect. And I know that these amounts for the powdery TLPs is perfect because I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my sixth color that I've used with very powdered pigment TLPs. I don't know if they have anything that's not as, I think they're all powdery that way. I know Eye Candy has ones that have bigger particles in it. So as far as this one, those measurements that I gave you are perfect for TLPs, the gum arabic, and making the watercolor. So I'm going to put this back on, and if you have any questions, you can ask me now. I'll be looking at the chat. What are you up to? How do you describe my love for classic Disney Cinderella? You're a big fan, Byron. You're their best fan ever. That's what it is. This is great information, Betty. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. So this is a half pan. 2 of these make a full pan, but it actually comes in a big full pan. I mean, the complete size, no middle part. And you just kind of pick it up and put it in here, just like I'm doing here. And you do have to be patient to let it dry completely. It does take, so far, mine has taken a week. The red one, the first one that I made, took more than a week. So I guess it depends on the color that you're using, pigments that you're using. And as you can see, this filled up almost a full half pan. So those measurements are really pretty perfect. And cleanup is a breeze. All right, what do you clean up with? Water. That's all. That's all there's to it. Where's my paper? Just like that. Very, very easy. All right, so we're gonna do a, let's see what time. Oh, I have a little bit of time. I'm gonna do my first eye candy because I've got a lot of those too. I've got Pearl-X, and I've got so many pigments. So why am I going to buy watercolor when I can make it myself, right? That's what I say. All right, so let's try this blue one. This is Blue Orchid. All right. I don't know. This one looks it is powdery. Well, we'll soon find out. Wow, what a pretty, pretty color. See, I don't have that. All right, so here's Blue Orchid. Go ahead, Lori. We're gonna do the same thing. I'll make a little spot in the middle. We're gonna add the same amount of, I can use some more coffee. I woke up at 5 this morning. I don't know why, I couldn't sleep. Maybe I was excited to show you guys this. I just couldn't sleep. I don't know why. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. I don't know if this is going to work with eye candy. I'm thinking that it should, but you never know. Oh, this is, okay, this is interesting. It's a little bit, it's not, how do I say? It's not incorporating as fast. Or maybe I don't need that much gum arabic. Let's see. See how it's moving? Well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's moving faster than the other one. Why? The only thing I could think of is maybe it doesn't have as much pigments, or I don't know. But this is definitely water, more liquidy, I should say, than the one we just did. But we'll see at the end. Oops, hold on, guys. I lost my chat. There you are. Oh, Debbie, you're alone, so we can paint. You couldn't sleep either? Me either. I don't know. You wait a minute, Janice, you couldn't either? Okay, there's something happening then. What's up? What is up? There is a lot going on in the world, but I try to stay away, although subconsciously, I guess, you know, no matter how much you try not to think about things, especially us women, we always have things to think about at home, our families. Not that dads and men don't either, but I think that we're just made that way, I think. Boy, this is such a pretty, pretty color. Wow. And it has this shimmer. See, that's the next thing. I need to figure out if this, okay, so this looks like it's shimmery also once it's dry. So once this is, once they are all completely dried, I'm hoping to do a painting with all of them together to see how it works and how it dries. And I'll just use the made up watercolors. Isn't this a beautiful color? Wow. Okay, here I go again. All right, so I'm gonna take my brush again, make sure that it's semi-dry. Take a little bit of this. Oh, wow. Wow. This color is gorgeous. And it didn't need as much as this other one here. Wow. Okay, let's dry this up. All right. Okay, I'm moving the paper. There's no cracks at all. So that means I have enough gum arabic in it. And now we're going to do the pigment test. So clean finger. And there's nothing on my finger. So it has enough pigments and it has enough gum arabic. So with this done, I can say that the measurements for eye candy and TLP are both good, both the same, as long as the powdery, the pigment is as powdery as you know, similar in powder form. So wow, look at that color. Oh my goodness. If I can get these to work after they dry, beautiful watercolor. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. All right, Debbie, I know, Debbie, that you cannot do these because of certain issues, but if they work, I'm planning on making some for you and mailing it to you, so don't worry. All right, so let's take a little pan. This color is amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just got happy. I just got super happy. All right. Doesn't this blue remind you of Cinderella, Byron? Look at this blue. And look at that. Oops, I know I was gonna get it. I knew I couldn't resist not getting it on me. That's why I put gloves on today, because yesterday I was so messy. I would have been embarrassed to show you how messy I was. You know what? I did this yesterday. And let me see if I can do it again. All right, this is good. Took a piece of paper. Of course, my hands are dirty, and I just put it on here. Oh, I keep on losing my chat. There you are. Look at that. That's going to be a pretty background. I did the same thing yesterday with the art, with the boogie. Look at that. It'll be a pretty background. You'll see. We'll use it for Easter or something. All right. So it's cleanup time. I just ran to my studio and told my eye candy blue orchid need to make some alcohol. Oh, that's wonderful. Inspired by Betty. Yay, yay. Yes, I love to inspire. That makes me so happy. Anything that I can do to make anybody happy, that makes me even happier. Look at that color. Jeez. Jeez Louise, like Louise would say. Jeez Louise. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am in love with that blue color. So, let's see, what time is it? Okay, we have enough. We have time. Don't forget, we have our Talent Tuesday, our tag team at 11. So these are the colors that I made. I just made these two. This is the eye candy. I'm going to separate this because I'm going to forget. Eye candy, and all of these are TLPs. These look the same, but they're not. This one is Show Pony, and this one is Twilight. And these are the other ones, of course. Let's see, today is Monday, so next Monday we will check to see where they are, if they're dried, if they're not dried. And I am going to start, a TLP here. I'm sorry, a eye candy that I know is not powdery. Actually, not an eye candy. I'm going to do a primary element. Primary element, this is, what is this? Oh, here we go. This is Venetian Red. I have no idea how this is going to work. See how this is not powdery at all. But we're going to try. And I'm going to stop my video in about 10 minutes so you guys can all go and see our friends, Marie Louise and Kim. No, I keep on saying Marie. They're tomorrow, Betty. Today is the tag team. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with I think I need another 2 cups of coffee. All right, let's do this. I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll try. All right. I'm going to start slow on this one because I don't know. Oh my goodness, look at that color. Oh heavens, look at that color. Do you guys see this? How beautiful? How much of the essential oil do you use? Okay, I'll give it to you in mLs, in millimeters. I use 2 drops of the cloves for 10 millimeters of gum arabic, 5 millimeters of glycerin, and 20 millimeters of warm to hot water. That's what I use. I don't know. I'm sure there's many recipes out there, but this works for me. Oh my gosh, that color is amazing. Okay, let's see how this works. Do you guys see this color? You're welcome, Lori. Il n'y a pas de quoi? Is that how you say it? My French is very old. I don't know. Let's see. I'm squishing this down. Well, I'm going to use this. It is beautiful. Do you have one of those? Are you going to run to your art room? Go get one. Do you have this one? You should make some alcohol ink if you do. Let's push this down. You know, it's not that bad, but I am going to use this a little bit. Okay, my whole desk is going to shake, so if the camera is shaking, I am sorry. Oh, it's not bad at all. Oh, look at that color. Oh, heavens. It is a little grainy. I can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can tell, and I can hear it a little bit. Oh, but look at that color. I have this color. Okay, so you got to make it too. Look at this color. Wow. Yeah, I can tell it is a little grainy, but you know what? That's not bad at all. Now the real professional watercolor artists that make their own watercolors, and you know, the ones that sell their watercolors for thousands of dollars, not me, but I'm talking about all, they will sit and grind their colors for an hour, half an hour, but I don't have that patience. So I'm going to look at it, and this looks pretty darn close to good to me. To good for me. Okay. That looks amazing. You see that color? Oh my goodness. Let's test it out. Let's test it out on the paper. Okay. Oh gosh, look at that color. Instant beauty. All right, let's dry it up. Do you see the shimmer in this? All right. Oh gosh. I'm using extra large gloves. That's why I'm doing this. Since my husband buys them. Oh, okay. Since my husband buys them to work, I use them his in that way. Okay, so no cracking at all. And now, I'm doing this pretty hard. Oops. Ah, perfect. Nothing's coming off, so there's enough pigment and enough gum arabic. So we can use this mixture in eye candy, in primary elements, and in TLP. Yay! Wonderful. Isn't it wonderful when you can use just one kind of measurements for many things? And yes, this is wonderful. Now let me see how this is going to do as I pick it up from here. Ah, lost my chat. There should be a button that I could push, not to lose you guys. There we go. Now, is it worth it? Is it worth making your own colors? Well, I have a lot of pigments that I am not using right now because, you know, I am doing watercolors, and that doesn't mean I won't go back to blooming or resining or swiping or whatever, because that's just me. I jump from one place to the other. But, and the gum arabic in powder form, I don't know if you buy it over the counter, I don't know how much, I mean, in Amazon, how much it is, but in powder form it was not that expensive. And I had this already at home, and I already had the essential oil, so I didn't have to buy that. All right, so I made almost a half a pen. That is pretty dry here. So there it is. Look how beautiful it is. So for me, I'm not really spending money on the tubes for watercolors, and also I get to have new colors. So of course let me see if I can pick up some more. No, this is pretty much dry. All right, so I'm going to take this and put it down and smush it here for a background. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And there we go, somewhat of a background. It'll be beautiful. Nice. Let's see if I can take this and make the borders. Look at that. Oh heavens, I'm in love with this. In love. In love. So this will be something that I will use maybe during this week so we can test it out. Yesterday we had a celebration for Eid. Was my husband's celebration. We had lamb and corned beef and barbecue chicken, and I made some rice with onions and cumin seeds. It was so yummy. Oops, I'm going fast here. Look at those colors. Look at I don't know if you guys, if this is catching, but look how beautiful. Hi Bill, thank you for coming by. Thank you so much. So that's it, guys. So we know it works. It works. It definitely works. We can make our own colors, watercolors with pigments. And do you see the shimmer on these dry spots? That is gorgeous. Look at that. I have this background, and this blue one. Let me see if I can. I'm just playing around now, guys. Yeah. Look at that. There we go. Just making little corners. Why not, right? There we go. Look at that. That'll be beautiful. That'll be a beautiful background for some whimsical, who knows, maybe I'll make bunnies. So this week, that's what we'll use, these three papers that I have here. All right, guys. The tag team is coming on. Go watch them. I'm just going to clean up now. If you have any questions, please let me know. Send me a message. I'm more than willing to give all and any information. I love sharing anything that I learn with you guys. So look at this. I'm adding, when you add the water, because remember I used it pure. So when you add the water in later on, it's going to be lighter than the pure one that I used here. But look at that. Look at that, how beautiful. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Have a wonderful Monday. Have a nice, wonderful week. Angela Bliss is on today, also live at 6:30, and the tag team is starting in a little bit. So let's go over and support them. Be happy, be kind, and be safe. And I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone.